Hey, what's up, everybody? I just came from Brooklyn. I'm on 6th Avenue now. I was over the bridge, but my GoPro wasn't on because it was so rainy, and I turned it off because I noticed this GoPro media mod doesn't seem to like getting wet. I would assume it's waterproof, but maybe not. Maybe not. Probably not. I'm heading up 6th Avenue back home now. I was supposed to go to Bronx for a service call, an emergency call. Problem with like quite a few cameras out of service, but I just can't go over there now with this rain. It's just too much. Like, that's why I gotta go all the way in the Bruckner and, you know, fucking around and going uptown. I'm just not into it in this rain. Especially since I just came all the way from Brooklyn on a service call. I don't want to deal with that shit. Fucking thing's blowing around like a fucking kite. All I had was my poncho. I mean, I did have my pants, but I didn't put them on because I didn't want to bother the customer, but she would have been fine with it. Actually, she probably would have been, she's an older lady, she probably would have been fine if I take my pants off completely, you know. But that wasn't going to happen, so I left it be. I didn't bother putting pants on, but I totally should have because it's windy. And when you have wind like this, you don't want to have your poncho blowing around. I don't know. I think the D-cell circuit of the carburetor is not working right because it like stutters when it D-cells. We're ready to clean this carb on this thing. It could be like the D-cell diaphragm or something. Might have some shit in it. Because I know that's what causes that. I have my KLRs almost completely ready. I just said I busted up my throttle cable when I was working on the carb. I don't know how I did it, but I janked up the throttle cable and it wasn't even the full one, it was the return one. And I just got myself all OCD'd about it. And I was like, oh, it's a torn cable, it's gonna let me down when I'm on the highway. But you know, the thing was that I could have just left it because it was the return the push part of the carburetor. There's a pull part of the cable and there's a push part, and it was the push part that was frayed, but my OCD was like kicking in big time. It was like, there's a frayed cable, you could be like on the freeway or the highway or whatever trying to drive, and then the cable will break and you can't accelerate the bike, which would be a total nightmare. So I figured, you know, fuck it. But it's only a 2018 KLR and I got a janked up throttle cable that I janked up when I was working on the carb, because I worked on the carb so many times trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with it. The carburetor had a problem with the choke. Then it had a problem with something else, like, oh yeah, the float bulb dumping fuel out, and I fixed that. But, you know, so far I would say on the KLR, the carburetor maintenance is not good. I think you'd be actually better off with a fuel injection, in my opinion now, as I have time to see. On the XR, I don't know yet, like whether or not the carburetor is a problem, because it really hasn't given me any problems, but it possibly could. You know, the carburetors do give you issues sometimes, but one thing about carburetors is you can fix them on the side of the road. Oh, this is where I saw that creepy guy that like screamed behind my helmet. Yeah, I put a video on it. I hope he's not around. That guy's weird. He like stood behind me where I couldn't see him in my blind spot and screamed, "Sir!" He was like fucking screaming. And then he had a big smile on his face. And I don't know, he looked weird. There's so much rain right now. My eyes are playing tricks on me. I hope you guys can see okay. I bet you can. I haven't been wiping off the GoPro lens at all. So, because I wanted to give you guys a real effect of a rainy night in New York, which kind of like is depressing. It's definitely not an LA night. Although, when it rains in LA, it's also really depressing. Because you hardly get much rain there. And when it does rain, it's just like insane. The rain doesn't soak in the ground, so it all just runs on top of the ground in LA. Whereas here it can rain for days, and like the water just runs off, you know, since the ground is used to rain. It soaks in, plants use it, whatever, you know. It just goes somewhere, but in LA it's not like that. Ah! Look at that guy. The guy was funny. Oh shit! It wasn't that bad. I mean, I was just coming here and we didn't have to make like a freak out fest like that. I don't want to give you guys a super fucking realistic approach anymore. It's too dark. I'll wipe it off.